Bitcoin is still hovering around support right here. We haven't really seen a huge volatility basically since yesterday. We do get some signs of weakness, but we also have some signs of strength if we look at the macro structure. And in specific, I want to have a look at this specific chart, guys, which is just very, very significant. And right now we are still early with this signal. So guys, let's jump straight into it. First of all, I want to announce, guys, that Will Alerts is live. So if you have been signing up for Will Alerts, you have been thrown into a Telegram channel where you will get these alerts basically. If you did sign up but you are not in a Telegram channel right now, first, do take in mind that you have to qualify as an active trader. So you got to sign up and you got to deposit and open a trade. That is important. If you did those three things and you're still not invited to Will Alerts, you can send me a message at theblockchaintoday@gmail.com and I will have a look into it, because we got a lot of people signing up. We had to check them hand by hand if they were an active trader or not. A lot of them were not active traders, so yeah, I'm sorry, but we cannot get you into this channel. This is just for a small group who are active traders. So you also won't have any benefits to be in this group if you are not an active trader, because it is just based on or basically focused on short-term trading. So anyhow, if you're not an active trader, you won't get any value out of this. Then guys, let's go back to Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin right now, shorter term time frame, is a little bit indecisive. We do see some hidden bearish divergences with the price coming up, setting a lower high, lower than this high, but in the relative strength index, we're actually setting a higher high. Also in Orion's belt, that's why we got this red dot right here. Normally that shows us that in the shorter term time frame, price could come down slightly. However, we are still hovering around that support, which are of former resistance, which should turn into support. I think that is quite interesting. If we lose that level, we definitely could see a pullback in the price of Bitcoin. Also, when we go to Will Portal, we can see that the funding rates, average funding fee, just turned positive. That is also a slightly bearish sign in the shorter term time frame. So I would say the chances definitely more likely for Bitcoin in today's time frame to see lower prices. Then this chart, guys, this chart is actually saying the opposite, but this is not a chart which you have to interpret as a direct signal, though this is a chart more on a macro signal. And I think this is looking very, very interesting, because this is the Litecoin US dollar chart, as you can see right here. And why is this interesting? Well, we can see Litecoin actually taking off while Bitcoin is going down. And let me overthrow the Bitcoin chart onto this chart, and I will show you exactly why this is so significant. So first of all, right here, we are seeing a huge divergence. Right, Litecoin going up, Bitcoin is going down. That is nice, because that is showing that there is some strength in the crypto markets, but it is not right now in Bitcoin. When was another situation that we have seen that? Well, guys, that was exactly right here. During the time that Bitcoin bottomed out in 2019, 2018, actually the end of 2018, we also have seen Litecoin making a nice rally, and it took even a couple of months for Bitcoin afterwards to follow Litecoin, but Litecoin was actually front running Bitcoin during this time. So this is quite interesting, because right now we are just seeing something similar, right? Litecoin is showing a lot of strength and is front running Bitcoin, but that doesn't mean that Bitcoin has to go up right now, but it could mean, if we compare it to the previous situation, that Bitcoin is already close to a bottom and just might move sideways for some time, or maybe still see some lower levels, but the downside definitely is limited, and that in a couple of months from now, if we would repeat history, Bitcoin will come up and follow the path of Litecoin, which is right now potentially front-running Bitcoin. And I think this is definitely possible, because it fits the scenario of the 4-year cycle low that we are seeing right now. It also fits the scenario that 2023, in my opinion, is going to be a more bullish year. And it just fits the time frame, right? Right here, we bottomed out in December, and we took off with Litecoin around January. And right now, we possibly bottomed right here in November, a little bit earlier, and Litecoin is right now taking off. So it's not exact science, it's not exact rocket science. Of course, we don't know what happened, and of course, I cannot tell you right now, yeah, we 100% bottomed. That's just not how it works. However, these are the first signs of strength. Actually, we got it here as well. Now, when I'm looking back, in March 2017, we also got a big takeoff in Litecoin, and afterwards Bitcoin followed. So that is, I think this is a very bullish sign, guys, and I think this signal you can put in the basket of signals that Bitcoin is right now in a accumulation phase, and I think we left the distribution phase. But in the accumulation phase, we also could still see some wicks to the downside, right? So I think the general trend would be sideways right here if you take the broader picture, but eventually we will go up from this from a macro perspective. I'm quite confident about that, to be honest. Also, when we have a look at different charts, they can tell us so much, I think. S&P 500 is just doing what it does. We still have that gap below us. We're forming kind of a rising wedge formation. So I would like to watch this chart, but right now there is nothing happening yet. So I can't share anything. The US dollar Tether dominance also see some form of a, let me go to the 4-hour time frame. We see some form of a maybe triangle formation right here, or some form of a support. Of course, if we lose that support, that will be bullish for Bitcoin. If we break the resistance, that will be bearish for Bitcoin. Right now we just bounced from support, so this strengthens the fact that Bitcoin might go down today because this will go up. Yeah, when we have a look at the Dixie, we did came down, and during the Dixie coming down, we have seen Bitcoin going up. Right now, this could also be a moment where we see a small bounce in the Dixie that would strengthen that scenario as well. So I would say, like, this is also something that I said yesterday in the video that I published for all the for the people and traders from World Alerts. It's like you don't always have a clear confidence in what's going to happen in the markets, right? You don't always know what's going to happen. Like, you never can be sure, of course. That is something everyone knows, but at some moments you can be quite sure. You can be 80 or 90% sure, but sometimes the outlook just doesn't look that certain. So that's why I think it is very important that you only trade in the moments that you are certain. And as of right now, I don't think there is a clear direction in Bitcoin. We have to wait till Bitcoin makes a little bit a more clearer direction. If you are a scalper, of course, you could catch a small move to the downside. But if you are an accumulator for the longer term time frame, then this chart is for me evidence that these are great buying opportunities for Bitcoin. And that if you have a time frame of 6 months even, and that is actually short term, right? Come on, what is 6 months? I definitely think that you will be in profit if you accumulate around these levels right now. Guys, that was it for today's upload. I hope you all enjoyed it. If so, make sure to smash that like button. If you are new, make sure to subscribe. Very much appreciated. I wish every single one of you a very amazing day today, and I hope to see every single one of you in the next video.